EastEnders spoilers, Kellie Bright reveals what fans can expect in the huge Linda, Mick and Whitney Carter showdown. Returning EastEnders star Kellie Bright has teased big drama ahead as her character Linda Carter returns to Walford ahead of an intense three-hander episode which sees her go head-to-head with husband Mick over his kiss with Whitney. Tonight, fans will see Linda finally return to the fold and try and take control of the Vic, little knowing that there is something more significant on Mick's mind which could spell the end of her marriage. After getting some food for thought from Shirley, Linda realizes that she has neglected her relationship and seeks to get to the bottom of what is going on with Mick, but she isn't expecting him to admit that he kissed another woman. What follows is an episode devoted to the characters of Mick, Linda and Whitney in which all hell breaks loose and Kellie has told us what's ahead. So how did it feel stepping back into Linda's shoes again? I did miss her. I became the most obsessive watcher of EastEnders when I was off and it was like being a voyeur on my other life. I honestly couldn't miss an episode. Also in my time off I did come back a couple of times and that actually really helped it not feel completely removed from me. I think when I came back fully, I felt that I tried her shoes on a couple of times at least. I may not have walked around in them but I'd at least tried them on. Laughs. It was really lovely coming back and working with my friends. Coming back and getting to do these episodes with Danny was so great and it really reminded me of why I have loved it so much so far. What did you think when you got that first batch of scripts through? I got the first 4 scripts together and the director had already called me to say you're going to be in my block a lot and there is this episode which is basically just you and Danny and I was like oh my god. So I knew this before the scripts arrived so when they did I was all over them, devouring them, reading them as quickly as I could. I was blown away by it really. I just loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And what was great about it was it made me really excited to get back. It made me want to do it. So all of a sudden my spark came back. What was that episode like to film? Intense. We got to do something that we hardly ever get to do on EastEnders. We filmed it in order in 2 days, solidly. So we got to film it as it would play out so that was amazing. Although what was different about filming it was that we had to find the light and shade across the whole episode because we just had our story which we had to play out. We had to find a way of telling that story that engages the audience. Lance, Nishaw, director, was brilliant. He was really great as he had his own ideas but he also gave Danny and I as much freedom as we needed. It was a real gift actually. What should viewers expect from your first week back? What they should expect is Linda at her best and her worst. I would like it to feel like she has never been away. That's what I would like it to feel like and for the audience to immediately be able to get back on board with Linda and Mick and engage with them with where they are at this moment. She makes an entrance. Let's put it that way. I hope the audience have missed her as much as I have. So how does Linda find out what happened? Mick, being the man he is, wants to be completely honest and he tells her. Linda has obviously comes back with her own secret to tell but she never gets the opportunity to voice it as she finds out about Mick and Whitney before she even has the chance. So do you believe that Mick is in love with Whitney? Do I? No, and Linda doesn't think that Mick is in love with Whitney. Well, certainly not to begin with. She initially thinks she knows Mick well enough to know what it is. She knows and she actually says to Mick, no, you don't know what women are like. You don't have a clue. You're infatuated, you have got a crush basically and you think it is love, but I think what it doesn't matter if you don't believe it. If it is put out there that your husband has kissed someone else and they say to you that they think they are in love with her, I don't care who you are. You could be the most confident person in the world and it would throw you. You would be rocked by that. Your whole world would be in a different place. You would question everything. You would become a much more suspicious, insecure person probably because of it. So how does Linda react? Not well. Laughs. Linda reacts exactly how you think she would react. She reacts like any woman would react. She's hurt, she's angry. I don't think she quite knows what to do, and I think what she does need is some space. She doesn't quite know what to do or how to move forward with it. It has knocked her. She is completely blindsided by it. She did not see it coming. I think she knew that they had grown apart. I think she knew that things are not perfect between them and that they had a lot to deal with and sort out. Linda is not stupid, but I don't think for 1 second she knew what he was going to say. Unfortunately, when she does know about it, she then finds out it is Whitney. I think she sort of knows immediately actually. Although she goes round the houses to begin with, I think she knows. I think she feels that Whitney has tried to step into her shoes. Do you think Mick and Linda can come back from this? Yes, 100%. I think it is interesting giving them something to fracture their relationship to watch the journey back from there. You don't walk away from someone after 27 years over a kiss, and even if there are feelings involved you don't either. She would be a fool and she knows it. But it is just how to get past it. The difficult thing for Linda is that she wants to get past it, but I don't think she has a clue how she is going to get back to where Mick and Linda were before any of this happened. So when you were off, did you get lots of people in the street saying to you about it? All I have had is you need to get back on that square or Mick needs you. EastEnders airs Linda's return on Monday 7th August at 8 p.m. on BBC One.